markets at noon. Let's welcome in a very, very special guest now. You rarely get to see them on TV. Atul Sahai is now with us from New India Insurance Company. Sir, thank you so much for taking out time for us. Atul Sahai of New India Assurance Company is now with us. So let's start with the general insurance. And how did the lockdown have an impact? And now what we are picking up from report is that the business of general insurance seems to be back on a month-on-month growth, or we can say it's gone back to the levels what it was in the month of Feb. What are the trends that you're seeing?
First of all, thank you for having me on the show. Yes, now because we just closed our first quarter. So first quarter, as you know, that it was very, very challenging quarter. We passed through, or we are still passing through a very, the kind of pandemic that we are passing through, it is making things very difficult. But when I look back in the last quarter, I feel very happy that we have done rather well, and we have every reason to feel rather happy about it. We could manage a growth of 6.5% only, but when I look at the market, when I see that the overall insurance industry, general insurance industry went down by 12% in this period. So our registering a growth of 6.5%, we really feel that it is very commendable. Coming to the second part of the question, you said that are we seeing it back on the track? Not yet. Not yet, because some of the growth, though we have not written any crop in this month of July, but I understand that some of the companies have written crop. So this could be the spike because of that. As far as the general business is concerned, the kind of things that were happening in February or before February, it is still come back. Yes, let's see. I hope that now this pandemic should be over anytime. But that those levels are yet to be achieved. February levels are yet to be achieved.
When we just talk about, really what's happening as far as the demand is concerned, how things are moving on general insurance front, what would you tell us? What will COVID teach people for general insurance? And life insurance, of course, is a separate topic. But how would you look at the general insurance space?
General insurance, look, we always hope that awareness increases. So what this pandemic has done, that it has increased awareness about the requirement of insurance, and especially medical insurance. And that is why some of the companies, including us, we have launched quite a few retail product also to tap that market and to reach out to the people. So the awareness level is increasing because of this general insurance awareness. And we hope that very, very soon that we will be a fully insured society. And especially whenever any major catastrophic events happen, so we always see that the people, those who need it most, they don't get insurance. They don't go for insurance. So possibly this has taught that the requirement of insurance is there. And this is an eye-opener for the industry also, for the companies also. What we had been doing, that we had been investing heavily in our IT. So it has come in very handy, especially in this time. We had a very, very strong digital presence. And that is why we got away, or maybe we registered this growth of 6.5% or 7%, whereas most of the company, they could not buck the trend. So this is a lesson not only for the insuring public, but also for the companies to look at the ways they operate. So because every time we used to talk that we need to invest more in we need to strengthen our digital presence. Now we have seen that we really invested into it and we got benefited out of it. This is the way forward. So if at all we want to tap the new generation or to reach out to more and more people, we have to really look upon this option. So we saw to it that each and every agent of mine has a portal. The money premiums can be deposited online. So that is what has happened. That is what separates New India from the other company as of now, especially these 3 months have taught us. And another thing, maybe the companies may have to look at it, the number of employees most of the companies which are having may not exactly be needed. Maybe we really have to look upon the options of merging various offices. Right. For instance, if I have got 10 offices in a particular area, a particular city, so I can always look upon it of merging the offices, because more and more digital options should be explored now. Yeah.
That makes sense, Mr. Sahai. And yes, I guess it's bang on, when you say that to be able to grab the attention of millennials and Gen Z as well, I guess digital penetration will be very important. Okay, Mr. Sahai, I want to talk to you about claims. we are, of course, like we've been saying, that we are in the midst of this health crisis, right? So that would sort of engender perhaps, more claims. I mean, logically speaking, that's the conclusion, right, that one could come to. So what are you witnessing? If you could share with us some trends in terms of the claim ratio?
Concerned, especially for this quarter, in fact, the claim ratios have been they have come down. What exactly happened because of these repeated lockdowns? Not many vehicular traffic was there. And as a natural corollary, there were not many accidents also. So the very fact that we could give very handsome profit in this quarter was, to a certain extent, was due to this also. Because primarily we credit ourselves that we corrected the pricing, we strengthened and made our claim settlement system more efficient. That did help. But besides that, the fact because of this lockdown, 3 months long, maybe 4 months lockdown, it has resulted in much less vehicular traffic and much less accidents also. So that has helped. But what has happened with New India, possibly last time or last year also when I was interacting with your channel, I was saying that we are looking at the option of automating the claim settlement. Now we have gone ahead with it. And even this period has not come in way of our claim settlement. The claim settlement ratio, it stands at 96%. Earlier, last year, it was 97%. In this quarter also, so even this total lockdown has not impacted my efficiency of settling the claims. So that is another advantage. We could strengthen our brand image, and everyone knows that like New India, there are no claims or claims do not remain pending. So that has helped. So we are looking at strengthening this option further. And to certain claims of certain value, we are intending to totally automate it. So let us see how it happens.
Okay. All right. Well, Mr. Sahai, I just want to get in also a word with respect to provisions. I mean, in Q1, for example, we did see, you managing to churn out a profit of almost about 280 crore rupees despite, provisions being made in place, I guess, due to COVID and other reasons. So just wanted a sense on profitability going forward as well. Do you anticipate that you may have to make more such provisions in the next 3 quarters to come of FY21?
No, I don't see any such necessity. Look, as far as we are concerned, we are a very, very, very prudent company. We have got very high actuarial standards. They are in place. So what has happened, if at all any claims are there, so they are immediately they are provided. We have got something which is known as IBNR or maybe IBNER, so which is called incurred but not reported. So this is the job of our actuary, our appointed actuary, a very efficient one. So we all ensure that all the losses which are likely to be reported, we always provide for that. For instance, I'll elaborate a little bit. Motor, it has happened, like the claims have not taken place, so they are not going to come back. But what has happened as far as health sector is concerned, a substantial portion of health claims pertain to planned surgeries. Okay, because of these things, planned surgeries are not happening. So, but these planned surgeries have not gone. So sooner or later, maybe in the second quarter or the third quarter, they'll come back. So we have already adequately provided for it. We have not gone away with our impression of whatever the claim ratios were there for this quarter. So we have provided for that also. Similarly, for instance, in the month of June, we had done some film insurance because quite a few of liability insurance of films because the films could not be released. But we saw to it that we provided for each and every claim in the first quarter itself, though the claims were actually reported in July. But we were informed that these claims are happening because the films there would be a liability of something like 300 crore. So we saw to it that we provided that amount also. So we are a very, very adequately provided company as far as the claims are concerned. So we do not see any necessity of making any changes in it. And we are happy with it.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Sahai, then, for joining us today. And, yes, indeed, I suppose this whole health crisis may have also made people aware of the importance of having a health insurance with them.